And I'll probably that whole thing because you guys know better than I do. I'll spend the night. I can be mean and yeah, exactly. Same out there. He had to bring two home. It's not like yeah, not we'll leave it overnight.
Welcome to the September 2nd, 2025 regularly scheduled meeting of the City Council. Is now called to order. Would you please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shelley. Roll call.
Here. Becky Curtis.
Here.
Gina Reed Hibler.
Here.
John Breckenridge.
Here.
John Spiker.
Here.
Mark Carr.
All right. That takes us to our first public participation. Anybody wants to address the council, you're asked to step up to the podium, write your name, your address, and your number, and you have 5 minutes.
Good evening. I'm Heath Gilbert. I'm here to speak with you tonight. I have concerns about drugs in our community. And if you give me a little bit of latitude, I will make the connection to the city and to this board. In December of 23, my wife and I had a foster child that was in the Cameron School District. In December, the school district called to let us know that they believed this foster child was smoking marijuana in the bathroom. We, of course, addressed it with the child. The child denied it. And later on, this child was removed and was taken to a state facility for this very issue to have this addressed. In August of 24, we received a phone call from this state institution and from this student who was with his therapist and wanted to tell us what had really happened. And this child admitted that there was indeed marijuana that was being smoked in the bathroom. He was one of 3 that had used marijuana in the bathroom. And he wanted to let us know that it wasn't just marijuana that was being used that he had acquired on school district property. There was fentanyl that was involved. Fentanyl was being used in the school district. He went on to explain how there's a game that these kids were playing. There's a group of them where they're using the vapes and using THC products in the classroom. And they have a system down that they use to avoid getting caught. And they pass it from one to another so that when they get searched later in the day, they don't have this on them. They have a whole system that they use to avoid detection and avoid getting caught. They have a system in place to avoid the detection of the drug sniffing dogs when they come to the school district too. He claimed that there was a connection through the local dispensary where these group was able to get that THC product, that the THC that is being used in the high school came from our local dispensary. He was stealing objects from my home to pay for these drugs. He brought home a quantity of marijuana for distribution, and we found it. We destroyed it, but we found his mass quantity that was funded by the items that he had stolen from my home. Myself and another member of the public sat down with the chief of police for the Cameron School District, and we shared all of this information with them in August after I obtained it. I had information that included usernames for social media accounts where these deals were being made, where this child had made deals to buy drugs in Cameron and on school district property. Never heard anything out of the school district. In October, I went to a board meeting, and I mentioned at that meeting that there are drugs being used in our schools. Board member dressed me down, didn't believe me, and after that meeting, one of the school district police officers, one of 2, approached me and dressed me down for making that up. The school district's own police officer did not know that the school had called me to report that marijuana was being used inside of the building. Nobody ever contacted me to try to get any of that information. Nobody asked me what was stolen. So I came to the Cameron Police Department, and I believe it was February. Dan, if you remember, please help me. I reported the same thing to the Cameron Police Department, and I asked the question, why is it that the Cameron School District is not doing anything with this? Why is it nobody has contacted me? Is it a crime to know that or believe that there is a felony that's taken place on the school district property and the school's chief of police to do nothing about it? Nobody from the Cameron Police Department has taken any of that information from them. Nobody has asked what was stolen. Who are these contacts? Why do you believe that this is true or accurate? It's been 7 months. Fentanyl takes more lives in the United States than all of the other drugs that are combined. And it feels to me like the school district and possibly the city of Cameron is trying to sweep this under the rug. Nobody in more than a year has had a conversation with me to try to get to the root of this.
I guess he's done.
Yeah, 9
You
seconds.
can hit the button.
Yeah, 9 seconds.
I had a nephew die with fentanyl here in Cameron.
Die in school.
No, he didn't.
My kids have died of fentanyl in school.
Oh, dear God, it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Anybody else? That moves us on to the consent agenda. Is there anybody want to take anything off the consent agenda to read on its own? I will entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda after Shirley reads it.
Item A, motion to approve the minutes of the August 18, 2025 City Hall Advisory Committee work session. B, motion to approve the minutes of the August 18, 2025 regular session.
I will entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? There's 4 of us. Okay. What'd you guys say? Did you guys say anything?
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay, that's fine. That moves us on to our, no, he's the only one that said anything. So that moves us on to our appointments.
First thing I have tonight on appointments is the employer delegate for the Loggers annual meeting. That is one of our elected officials. Have you guys looked at your schedules? Is anybody able to go, wants to go? It's October 30th and 31st in Springfield. It will be one night, one overnight stay.
I can't. What?
I'm trying to pressure people into doing it. Anybody else want to go?
I have to be back by dark on the 31st.
If nobody wants to go, you could designate the city manager or the city clerk to go as your proxy.
You want to go?
Not really, but I will.
You want to go?
Not really, but I can.
Why don't you guys flip a coin and figure out who's going?
I need a motion second and a vote. So I'll go. It's fine. I can go.
All right.
Still need the motion.
Motion second and vote, yeah, to appoint the city clerk to go.
I'll entertain a motion to entertain a city clerk going to law.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 4 in favor? zero opposed.
Well.
Thank you, Shelley.
Next, we had a park board application on the last agenda to review. That is the application for Blake Levens. There are still 2 terms on the park board that have not been renewed, that have expired. The park board did meet, but I don't believe Mr. Levens was at the meeting, so they did not make a recommendation yet. So you guys can go ahead and appoint at this point if you'd like, to fill one of those expiring terms, or you could.
Did they show up at the last meeting?
Yeah, I've had enough for a forum.
Good for them.
Yeah, but
Yay.
one of, or 2 of them quit. Julie said she was quitting. And then
She
another
was
one-
already replaced.
She got replaced.
Well, I know she did, but was the minutes? What were the minutes from? Because it was this one, the June 26th meeting. She quit, she said she hadn't, and then Chris Wilkerson.
I think
I
Robbie
think he's the
Peterson
other
and
one.
Chris Wilkerson are the 2 that have not been reappointed, that their terms are expired.
Yeah, Robin.
And Ronnie Peterson.
Of note too, we do have 2 additional park board applications from Stephanie Belshie and Troy Green. The park board has not seen those applications yet. They came in after the meeting. And if you appoint someone tonight, there'll still be 1 opening to fill. Or you can wait till next time and appoint 2 people. You'll have 3 applications. It's what you want to do.
Say that one more time, please.
So you can appoint Blake Levens tonight if you so choose, or you can wait for the next meeting and you still have 2, you'll have 3 people to fill 2 spots.
And we'll have had a park meeting with them.
Let's say, hold
The
on.
next part meeting is the 28th.
Okay, so we won't, yeah.
25th. So you'll have another meeting before the park meeting.
Let's say, let's see.
Would you guys want to wait until we have 3? Yeah, yeah.
Let's just go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You okay with that, Jen?
Yes.
I guess I'm- Where is that? Where are you? No.
Um, oh, here, let me just do one.
Oh,
What are you looking for? Email.
hey, yeah, okay, thanks. Okay. I appoint Blake Levens to fill the expired term of Robbie Peterson on the park board. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? 4 in favor, 0 opposed. Welcome, Blake Levens.
So now we've got all 3.
Now you've got 2 people to fill one more term, and we'll put those on the next agenda for you guys to decide on that.
Who's the other one?
You just filled the term of Robbie Peterson.
Right,
Chris
so is that,
Wilkerson.
well, he said, with all this going on, I have no desire to remain on the park board. We should have let him off and kept Robbie on.
Robbie and his poll expired.
Yeah.
You know, they're expired, but he's saying he doesn't want to show up, so Robbie's, that's fine.
Okay, let's move on. All right, city managers report.
Since I was going on vacation, Lance filled in for me, so he wrote all this for you all night, so he's gonna discuss it.
All right, thank you, Mayor and Council. As you can see in the report, it's been a busy couple of weeks. We've been working diligently with Gilmore and Bell and DA Davidson on the US 36 and Bob F. Griffin Road CID loan, which you'll have at the end of this session, final vote on it. And that's for the improvements out on 36 there in front of McDonald's and along that. That's a joint project with MoDOT. And so we'll finalize those loan documents later on this evening. We've also been working with MoDA TA on preliminary and final plat for the storm drainage, as well as the entire lot system. And that goes through all the utilities, the streets, the sidewalks, the electric, the water, the sewer, all of that stuff. So we've been working a lot on that stuff lately. Carmen, Jim, Shelley, and the rest of the staff also were finishing up the budget items in the last 2 weeks. And so that's what they've been working on. We also had a meeting on the Pops events about having 2 possible concerts next year. One being on June 13th, and then the other one is yet to be identified on that date. It'll be September, Octoberish. And that is to go along with the World Cup on the June 13th. And so if you have any second tier groups or stage acts that you would like to see come to town, we'll take any groups, and then we can put it through Pops event so they can see if they can get them or not. It goes anywhere from Uncle Cracker, and then I came up with Blackberry Smoke, and that would bring a lot of people. So we're hoping to do that, and we want to not do it at the airport because we don't want to mess with the FAA. We'll try and do it out at Somerville and do it with all the amenities out there with the park. So we've all been kind of working that up. We'll get better and have more information on that as we go along. But if you have any ideas about any groups to bring in, that would be helpful. Then I'll let Ted talk about the mill and overlay project that is supposed to start today.
I think it's not gonna start till Thursday.
Okay.
That's when Keller Construction will be in town Thursday.
And then the other big news, and the most important I thought, was we got 112 East 3rd down to the ground and cleaned up. FMY, I met with them on a Thursday night, and I sent you all the email of my conversation with them. They decided after all that we did to try to get an agreement between the 2 parties, they said they were not going to put in the French tile, and they were not going to put any rubberized sealer on the basement wall. They were given the opportunity. They decided and told me that they weren't going to do that. So you guys needed to know that. Now, the next thing is we've got Spencer and I've been working, especially today, trying to get a structural engineer to come up and review that wall. There's some bricks falling out of it. We got to keep the fences up to keep the public safe. We got to do something to that wall to make sure the bricks don't fall out. Also, that north cap, if you look, there's quite a few out of that. That would also be part of that structural engineering, and look at that, as well as maybe possibly putting some toe holes in the top that goes to the top header of Little Blessings. All of those costs will once again go against that property, and that will be part of the legal action we'll take to make sure that it's on the property so we can't sell it without paying us back, or we release it, one or the other. So those are items on that.
Why did the engineer not find that stuff first time?
Because it was Snyder Engineering.
I don't know what that means.
That was the engineer prior to.
So they weren't good, is that what you're saying? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out.
I don't know if legally I can say that or not, or say you
Well,
can
they
do that or
don't,
not.
it seems like to me we're throwing additional monies on something that we didn't need to be throwing additional money on.
Problem is, once you open it up, you'll see that, you see the wall.
And there was an entire building
If
there.
it's an engineer, I would think the engineers can figure this
You give a
stuff
lot
out.
more credit for engineers than I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of that's covered up though, and
Yeah.
where the joists are running into the building and everything on that party wall there, they're not able to see any of it until it's removed.
Yeah.
And the problem, what it causes, if they
But-
pull it out, it can cause disruption on that as well.
Right, but you can see, even if you're not looking at the specifics and of a brick here and there, but you can look at a building and go, it's wavy, that doesn't make sense, or it's
I
this.
think a general explanation of it is stuff as it was pulled out, bricks dislodged or other areas as they were demolish it. You can't tell what's gonna happen to that.
Well, no, I get that.
And so
If that's
the
truly the
focus of that
case.
is to repair that and shore it up.
If that's it, then yeah, I would agree. I'm just saying, no, I get that.
Well,
I'm just-
and
I'm
that
trying
is
to figure
also
out-
part of the wall that was part of the building that needed to be demolished.
Right,
So we knew that it was, the integrity of that wall wasn't good because it's on a building that needed to be knocked down.
right.
So, I mean, there's gonna be some give and take on that.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I give more credit than what they should be doing.
All you gotta do is look at some of the previous projects.
Well, then it's on us too for either rehiring the same people over and over and over or not following through and looking at the stuff.
So we know who was the engineer on that project and we know that the report that we got.
Okay.
And so this is not the same engineer or structural engineer that we're dealing with that we got a hold of today. This was actually one that Magic Demolitions have worked with in the past. Out
Okay.
of St. Joe. And they said that they're pretty good. So I'm taking their word for it since that is their forte.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
that's going.
Which engineering group is that?
CC and S Kroll.
Krill Clark and
That's
Stephen?
it.
Krill Clark and Stephen?
Yeah.
They have lots and lots of experience.
Yeah.
They're the ones I use.
Well, and they had a picture of Caldwell County's courthouse on their website as well. So they've worked on many of them to make sure that they're structurally sound by the time they're done. So that's all I got for the report. I've already talked too long.
Okay, so that takes us to our City Hall dangerous building update. Can you just do that?
City Hall Phase 1 is totally complete.
Okay.
We haven't received any word on Phase 2 yet. They didn't do any bidding process or anything for Phase 2 as they were doing Phase 1, so we're kind of at a standstill right now with PST. But still a bad problem over there. I think there was one or two, Shelley, and they said that that's not going to be taken care of until the new roof is put on the building. They've sealed up what they could seal up for now until they can get the new roof on. So we're kind of at a standstill with PST until we figure out what's going on with Phase 2. And Lance got some information.
Yes, Patrick, we got with Patrick and we got some clarification on the 200 block demolitions. And yes, Magic actually gave me the information and then I went and researched it back and then had Patrick up and gave him the information as well. We do not have to do prevailing wage on that demolition. So that's going to save us about half the cost. And the reason being is it's not our property and we're not planning on building anything for a year. So, and it's not part of a bigger project. So that means that it's exempt. And so since that's been done since, 4 o'clock, Spencer roughed in a bid spec. I put the no prevailing wage in it and a couple other things.
The LeBrant.
And the LeBrant pillars are in that as well. And so we're gonna send that bad boy out to the newspaper tomorrow, which it won't be advertised till the next Thursday. We had to have it in by 10 today. And we didn't know the information at that point. So it'll be advertised on the next Thursday. We're gonna do a pre-bid on the 17th. And then the bid opening on the 20, that Friday, that last Friday of September at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. 26?
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
So that's what we got. And no prevailing wage is a big one.
On the north side.
Mm-hmm.
On the north side?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to mess with DNR.
Yeah, we're not messing with DNR, we're not messing with EPA, we're not doing.
Wow.
We're gonna rock and roll through them and that will speed up the process quickly. I can't tell you exactly when we'll get knocked down after we sign contract, but we don't have to, we have to approve it as in City of Cameron on the contract. You don't have all these other groups that has to look at it, so should move much faster.
So what are we gonna do about the PTS?
That is something that we can discuss at another time.
Okay, okay. All right, well, if that's complete, then that takes us to unfinished business. Shelley, second and final reading of Bill 2025-25.
Bill 2025-25, an ordinance of the City of Cameron, Missouri, amending paragraph C of section 5-55, service charges of Division 2, solid waste collection and disposal of Article 3, refuse of Chapter 5, health and sanitation of the City of Cameron Code by removing the landfill post-closure fee.
I will entertain a motion to pass second reading of Bill 2025-25 by a roll call.
Second.
Discussion?
Gina Reed Hibler,
Yes.
John Breckinridge, John Weigert,
Yes.
Mark Carr, Becky Curtis.
Yes. That takes us to the second and final reading of Bill 2025-26. Carrie.
Bill 2025-26, an ordinance authorizing an amendment to the agreement by and between the City of Cameron, Missouri and Alliance Water Resources, Inc. for management and operations services at the Cameron wastewater facility.
I will entertain a motion to pass on a second reading Bill 2025-26 by roll call.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
John Breckinridge.
Hold on. I do have one real quick question.
Okay.
So how much, there you are, I'm used to seeing you down there, I'm like, how much would it cost us to run this versus outsourcing? I mean, have you ever run the numbers to see? Because when we first started doing it, I know it was a good deal. But over time, inflation increases. I'm just curious where we're at this point.
To be honest, I've never looked into it because we haven't had any issues or anything passed for that. And I don't know how many years I've been doing it, but it's been quite a while.
I think it was the last time I was on, but I think. But if you could, well, then let's not worry about it for tonight, but just something that for maybe next year for me. And then if we can see it over the next couple of months, if everybody's in agreement. I'm just curious, if it's going to be $1 million more for us to do it, I don't want to do it. But no, I know. But you get what I'm
Staffing is
saying.
probably the biggest issue.
And I figured that would be the biggest issue. But anyway, okay, thank you.
All right, Carrie.
Okay. John Breckinridge,
No.
John Weigert,
Yes.
Mark Carr, Becky Curtis,
Yes.
Gina Reed Hibler,
Yes.
Okay. All right, our second and final reading of Bill 2025-27.
Bill 2025-27, an ordinance approving the City of Cameron, Missouri budget of the ensuing fiscal year, October 1, 2025 to September 30, 2026.
I will entertain a motion to pass Bill 2025-27 on the second and final reading by roll call.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Nothing's changed.
I'd like to see next year for us to try to figure out a way to get rid of COLA and let's get on a meritocracy basis. So the people that are doing the job, they're doing a good job, are the ones that are getting paid. I know we weren't able to do it this time. kind of asked for it last year, but I'm tired of just automatically just giving away raises.
Some years we don't.
And I know some of those folks aren't as good as other folks. I'd rather give the one that's doing great 6% than give the one that's doing a terrible job 3%.
Well, the manager should be dealing with that if that's the case.
Well, but instead, we just give everybody 3%. So, anyway, I'd be glad to. I've had to work on that in the private sector 2 different times. So,
Oh, okay.
more than happy to help.
Okay. Yeah. All right, we're ready. Roll call.
John Figert,
Yes.
Mark Carr, Becky Curtis,
Yes.
Gina Reed Hitler,
Yes.
John Breckinridge,
Yes.
All right, that takes us to a first reading of Bill 2025-28. Carrie.
Bill 2025-28, an ordinance for the city of Cameron, Missouri, repealing the current water rates and establishing new water rates for consumers of the Cameron municipal utilities.
I will entertain a motion for a first reading on Bill 2025-28. Guys,
So moved.
second.
Second.
All right, discussion.
Okay, so this is, based on the HDR rate study that we had done, earlier this year. It is falling in line with those rate increases, to make that payment for the pipeline. It would be going from just, go over residential unless you want me to go in further into any of the other ones. So our cost of service will go from $30 to $36. And the usage will go from $10.75 per 1,000 gallons to $12.90 per 1,000 gallons. This was the biggest, or the last big jump in this. The future ones for future years basically are just interest rate jumps.
Right, I knew this, yeah. It's a pain at the beginning. Any questions? All right. All those in favor of passing Bill 2025-28 on the first reading, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
3 in favor, 1 opposed. 1 absent. Well, that takes us to Bill 2025-29's first reading. Carrie.
Bill 2025-29, an ordinance for the city of Cameron, Missouri, repealing the current sewer use rates and establishing new sewer use rates for consumers of the Cameron municipal utilities.
I will entertain a motion to pass Bill 2025-29.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Okay, so this is again the same on the sewer rates. We did not do any increases the first year for the sewer. This will be beginning for fiscal year 26. Residential, we're going from, we would also be changing our structure to follow the same as the water. We'll be doing that with all the utilities, both water, sewer, and electric, to keep a consistent structure. Be going from a minimum of $20 for first 1,500 gallons and $5.75 per 1,000 to a cost of service of $20 and all usage at $6.05 per gallon. That usage charge carries for residential, commercial, and industrial.
For 1,000 gallons.
For 1,000, yes. The cost of service charge is $40 for commercial and 600.
As I remember, it was our sewer rates that were not increasing as fast as our costs were, and so we were
Yes,
actually going to go in
and
red.
we're looking at having to do some major upgrades on some lift stations as well as the plant itself to meet the phosphorus guidelines for our next permit cycle.
All right. Any other questions? All those in favor of passing Bill 2025-29 on the first reading, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
3 in favor, 1 opposed. That takes us to first reading of Bill 2025-30.
Bill 2025-30, an ordinance for the city of Cameron, Missouri, repealing the current electric rates and establishing new electric rates for consumers of the Cameron municipal utilities.
I will entertain a motion to pass Bill 2025-30 on the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
We just gave them reading.
Discussion.
Huh?
Just on water, not electricity. When did we receive this notice
For
for the electricity?
this was all part of the HDR rate study that we did.
Oh,
Oh, are you talking about the increase from
from farmers, from Black Clay.
Black Clay Electric? We got that back in April.
Discussion.
Did I get a second?
I got that.
Okay.
Oh, I gave a second.
Yeah, I mean, we're just throwing these out and approving all these increases constantly. We're still not getting water from the pipeline yet. I understand that costs change, but at the same time, they're getting nothing. The people out there are paying a lot of money right now, and we're going to start, well, we've already started pricing a lot of people out. I mean, by the time we get done with all these increases tonight, we're probably going to raise $30, $40 more on the bills. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. I don't know how people are going to be able to afford anybody that's elderly, that's on a fixed income of any sort.
I know.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that's it. It's just constant. We've got to figure out something else. And the only other thing you can figure out is we got to cut costs someplace else. I don't care where it is, but we need to start focusing on cutting costs because this stuff isn't going to last. There's only so much money out there for people to be paying in. Have you seen an increase yet in delinquencies, Shelley? Delinquencies on payments?
Or is
They're
that the
about
same?
the same as they were.
Anything?
The same as they've always been.
I'm just wondering at what point that's going to start hitting.
Are we on Bill 2025-30?
Electric.
Yeah, we on discussion.
Yes, so, as you can see, we did take, a 4% rate increase from Black Clay, 4.8. But, that went into effect back in April, so we've been floating that basically through this budget year. Rather than raise the rates, we just accounted for it in this budget. So managing to get by. This is the same scenario. We're changing the structure of it to be easier for customers to figure their bill, going away from the minimum to a cost of service structure. Or from a $15 minimum bill for the first 40 kilowatt hours to a cost of service of $20 and all energy at 11.9 cents per kilowatt hour versus the declining block tiers. The more you use, the less it is.
Yeah.
So the biggest change in this will be the implementation of a demand charge for large commercial and industrial customers, which are the biggest drivers of what costs the city rates that we have. So 70% of our bill is demand charges that we receive by Clay. So the higher our demand goes, the higher our rates will go. So that implements a $6 per kW demand. And along with that, we also changed to make small commercial the same as residential versus having those demand charges on small commercial.
That's good.
That's good.
Any other questions? All those in favor of passing Bill 2025-30, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
No.
No.
Bill 2-2, nothing occurs. If it's a 2-2, there is no pass.
Doesn't pass. All right, that takes us to Bill 2025-31.
Bill 2025-31, an ordinance authorizing the city of Cameron, Missouri to enter into an equipment lease purchase agreement with Farmer State Bank and authorizing and approving certain documents in connection with the delivery of the lease.
I will entertain a motion to pass Bill 2025-31 on full reading.
Second.
Discussion.
This, Patrick.
Yes, as the city council will recall, this is probably the final piece in the puzzle of funding the US 36 Bob F. Griffin Road Community Improvement District projects, specifically the safety enhancements at that intersection, which the property owners have been requesting and attempting to have funded now for longer than I've been here. What this lease does is it's the same kind of process that we have discussed, where the city is acting as a conduit with everything that is fully funded by US 36 Bob F. Griffin Road CID sales tax. If there are any other questions, I'd be happy to answer. Steve Gale from DAP, who's the city's municipal financial advisor, and then also is assisting on the placement for this lease purchases here as well.
The reason this is an equipment lease purchase is because the collateral on the issue is the improvements, not the underlying real estate. So it's just the roadway, it's the city's portion, and it's just the roadways, not the underlying real estate. The stormwater drainage. So it's considered an equipment rather than real estate.
And the loan will only be paid by the people that are the customers.
Right.
And so that's just, those taxes are only on that, for that area.
Any questions? Comments? All those in favor of passing Bill 2025-31, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It passes the first. Now we'll go on to, I will entertain a motion to suspend the rules and pass Bill 2025-31 on a second reading by roll call.
Second.
Discussion.
Mark Carr, Becky Curtis,
Yes.
Gina Reed Hibler,
Yes.
John Breckenridge, John Feiger.
Yes.
Next is a resolution 2025-33. Terry.
Resolution 2025-43, a resolution of the city of Cameron, Missouri, approving an agreement between FMY Enterprises and the city of Cameron regarding access, stabilization, and indemnification of an adjoining wall between FMY Enterprises property and 112 East 3rd Street.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to pass resolution 2025-43. Are we supposed to discuss this?
Yeah, motion second, and then if you'll all vote no, so I can get it off of my.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if none of us would second, would we not do the same thing?
Would it die on the floor?
It would
It
die
could
here.
die, but the easier and cleaner way is for you all to vote no, so that it is a truly negative vote.
All right, let's do it neat and tidy.
So moved.
Thank you. Discussion. All right, all those in favor of passing resolution?
We need a second.
I have one.
I said.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys are pretty slow on the seconds tonight. Okay, we have a second. All right. All those in favor of passing resolution 2025-43, say aye. All opposed?
No.
Thank you.
It failed. 4-1. All right, that takes us to resolution 2025-47.
Resolution 2025-47, a resolution for the city of Cameron, Missouri to accept a proposal for managed information system software and services from SecureServe Incorporated.
I will entertain a motion to pass resolution 2025-47. 47?
So moved.
Second? No. Okay. Discussion.
Evening, Mayor and council members. I want to update you on an important change. Our city's, it's regarding our city's email services. As you may know, we have been partnering with SecureServe, who has utilized a third-party provider, Silver Sky, to host and secure our email system. Recently, Silver Sky has made a business decision to discontinue their email hosting and email security services. This situation necessitates that we transition to a new solution to maintain uninterrupted, secure email service for the city. After careful evaluation and collaboration with McLean Forrester, we have decided to migrate our email platform to Microsoft 365 Government and implement Proofpoint for enhanced email security. This move is a planned and strategic upgrade designed with the city's best interest in mind. It is a one-time fee of $21,797. We'll also have an annual fee. That'll be $37,632, and that'll total $59,429 for this resolution. If you have any questions.
Is this a year?
Part of it is for a year, $37,632. The other $21,000 is a one-time fee to make the changes.
Going back in time, a year ago, we were told we were going to hire an IT person and $110,000 put in the budget. And basically, we were going to save about $70,000 in subscriptions that we would not need. So you're running all these numbers at me. So where are we at?
Well, proceeding with the IT master plan, that was the name of it. Every paragraph said you need an IT manager, and that's me. And so I've spent this last year evaluating and getting a plan ready. We can actually cut this cost in half, but we ended up not having a city manager. We ended up waiting for the billing system to be implemented, which is now being reversed. And we're also being told that the current system we're with is basically going away. And the sum total of all this is that we're still going to the system that is the goal. Okay, that M365 government tenant is the goal. That will save money, but we have to pay to migrate that system.
I thought the old billing system didn't work though. We can't even, I thought, and excuse me if I'm wrong, but I thought we couldn't even balance the checkbook with the old billing system. Or the new one we went to. We had to go back to the old one.
Yeah, we went
And
back to the
now
old one. But
it's getting phased out.
This is not a part of this. This is just email and
Email only.
managed services.
So we've been waiting.
The security of our emails.
Right. This is a CJIS, so
There will be
it's,
more.
it includes the police department, criminal justice information system. It includes the fire department, it's the whole city, 64 users. Basically, we've been waiting to get this implemented. And then we've been told by the company we're currently with that they are moving to the same goal. We're utilizing their skill set. They know our systems. They can do it securely without an interruption in services. It's going to cost us $21,000 to get that work done, whether we did it with SecureServe or we went and looked elsewhere. When they notified us, we didn't have time to go look elsewhere, do an RFP, and get people to actually understand our systems to migrate it. We're trying to prevent a discontinuation of our email services. That's part of the goal. So back to your question, John. The IT master plan is to get on Microsoft 365 with your multi-factor, and most of that will be done. We will have to, if we want to, we can still leave SecureServe. This is a 1-year contract, but that's.
It's not what I want. It's what I was told. That we did this, things would get better, and we would spend $110,000 to save 70, so it kind of paid for itself. But now kind of what you're telling me is that number's going to keep creeping up.
What you were told was only for the city hall.
Okay.
Now we've added the police department, which is about 31 users, and they have a criminal justice information systems compliance. They have to maintain a higher standard of security. So now we're including the whole city, which is, that's fine.
Saving us money?
It will save us money.
Yeah.
It will, absolutely. We're gonna have to pay that $21,000 to get to the government cloud tenant. It'll be secure. It'll be a monthly subscription. You will never have to buy Windows again. You will never have to buy Office again.
Yeah, but
You'll
you're paying
have,
it every month. I
correct,
mean,
correct.
it's either way, you're either paying it each month or
Yes.
you're paying it all at once.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
And we're all beholden to Microsoft. They have a monopoly on this planet. It would be not cost effective to leave Microsoft. So they're going to a subscription-based model.
Can we still bill and balance the checkbook yet?
This doesn't have anything to
Okay,
do
this
with our,
is completely
yeah, this
different.
doesn't have
Okay,
anything to do with
okay,
our.
okay.
So did you look into AWS and see what
This
they
is
could
just
offer?
This is just
AWS
email
doesn't
and
offer
networking and
the
other computer
Microsoft
stuff.
Microsoft M365 is a tenant. It's an environment that includes Word, Excel,
Right.
all of that. AWS doesn't. Microsoft, this is a Microsoft monopoly. It's
Well,
on
I
the
get
Azure.
that. I definitely get that.
So
But we just didn't
AWS,
have time to go out and look at other, I
well,
mean, I'm thinking Google.
I like actually through the MPUA. I found a company, it's IT Savvy through Xerox. And actually I like the prices. They want to do it in a bundled manner though. And part of the problem is that the timing during the summer, they were all committed. They could not turn around, evaluate a city's email system, migrate it. It's an engineering role at that level. They couldn't get it done. We're still under the gun to migrate from Silver Sky.
What's the deadline on this?
I was told the end of October. And this is the soonest we can get this to this decision.
So we will be secure by doing this. And in the meantime, if you find something better or less expensive that still meets all of our requirements, we can do that after the 1 year.
Yes,
This isn't a long-term
We
commitment.
just have to make sure that the CJIS compliant. If there's a company that he's looking at, we have to make sure that the CJIS compliant is with this company.
Right, no, I get that.
The email coming out of this
Absolutely.
building, so.
Absolutely.
there's other alternatives that's definitely cheaper.
Okay. I don't necessarily want just cheap. I want to make sure it's meeting our
Sure,
needs.
We want to make sure it's good.
Right,
Right.
but
I can ensure that because Microsoft 365 has the standard for CJIS. And when you say secure, that's a moving target. The bad guys are always attacking worse, we're always more secure. It's an ongoing subscription because they have to pay to protect the ongoing battle.
Okay.
The state of Missouri in our offices uses that. We use that. And they just did an upgrade on Windows.
Sure.
That's awful.
Great.
Yay.
She's right.
That's what we want to do.
Hey, but you've got AI on there now.
It was.
So what you're telling us, we're making progress.
Absolutely.
But once we go down the rabbit hole, we can't extricate ourselves.
You're gonna be beholden, well, everybody on this planet is beholden to Microsoft 365. The alternatives are some Scotch tape thing. So that's a
Google works. I use a lot of Google for the Word type situations for Excel.
But
type
this has
situations.
all of that in one.
No,
It's bundled
so does
together.
Google. It's all bundled in there too, and it's free. I don't know about the government
We don't know
services.
about the
Right,
secure part of it.
That's part,
And
So email will be secured from malware and all that stuff.
Yes,
And
sir.
the police and all
Supposedly.
city.
Yes.
and that's the most important thing at this point to me.
Well, it's the whole environment is secure. I don't want to say too much.
Yep,
I can talk to you more frankly in an executive session.
we'll get you.
All right. All those in favor? Any other questions? All those in favor of passing resolution 2025-47, say aye. All opposed? 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 out. That takes us to our second public participation. Please come and talk to us if you need to. Come to the podium. You have 5 minutes. Okay. Let's move forward. What is next is miscellaneous from the staff.
I just have one real quick thing. On September 20th, between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m., everyone will probably see a very large helicopter up at CNH. They are replacing the AC units on top of the building, so they're going to be up there for quite a while. So if you see a big red and white helicopter flying around, that's what they're doing.
Okay. Good to know.
Nothing. The electric crew this week are working on getting the conversion done to get the Brightspeed building hooked back up. And set a new transformer and get new underground for them. Our crews are trying to get some maintenance stuff done. We're a few guys down, so pretty well just getting the fires put out at this point. All I got.
Street cruiser, they ran the Pasher all last week. We got a big pour on West and Fourth that they're gonna get done this week. And, I said in the city manager's report, Thursday, Keller Construction will be in town doing the mill and overlay project.
I've given you the report for the manager's report. The other thing I have is we're gonna have some more clarification adjustments in the P and Z to tighten that up between billboards and the definition of clean fill. And then we can be a little bit more on top of it. That's it.
I've been kind of, excuse me, been kind of busy myself, being a guy short, spent most of the time, 2-3 days out there mowing and trying to keep up with the grass, grilling. Do have some interviews scheduled this week for a park maintenance position, hopefully they will turn out to be good ones. Mayor, I did check into the Tree City thing. I had Lindsay Ernat email me about it. And basically, there's 4 qualifications for us to become a Tree City. And we meet all 4 of them. Basically, you got to fill out an application.
Oh,
okay.
So, and it doesn't open.
We are.
It doesn't open until the second Tuesday of September. So next week, I'll get on there and get it filled out. I did find out we haven't been a Tree City since 2021. Of the last application that was in. So, not a big deal, like I said, and I talked to her over email, and it's gonna be a pretty simple thing, I think. So
I think that's really, that's about all I got. Like I said, it's been busy working in the parks and stuff, trying to keep up with all that, so.
And the pool's all shut down.
Oh, yep, the pool is all shut down, it's drained, and I did go ahead and power wash it, just to make sure. We'll probably have to power wash it again in the spring, but went ahead and power washed it, and I did check it today, and there's no water stand. It's amazing when you leave the valve open and let it drain out. So it's all good, and then I did start taking some of the chlorine pumps down and bagging them up, and the acid pumps, and that way they won't bust on us over the winter, so. I haven't got, here, when we get kind of slowed down a little bit, I'll call in Carruthers and we'll finish winterization. I did look in there and there's water still in our pumps, but other than that, it's completely drained and starting to winterize it, so.
Okay. Great. Our first successful year.
We had a good, successful year off of it. I was pretty pleased with everything, so.
Definitely watch phone and videotape what you're doing, so we can put it on the internet, so we keep it for next year.
Oh, yeah.
And the year after that, yeah, the training. That way we won't have to keep paying to have them come out.
No.
No, I won't. We won't. That's kind of the goal, John, is that we won't have to bring Carruthers back out for de-winterization and winterization. We'll know how to do it that way, so we'll save a little bit of money doing it.
Right. Okay, thanks.
At the next meeting, our auditor will be here to present an annual report.
I'd like to reiterate that the Cameron Police Department responds to every call for service. Regardless of the circumstances, we respond to every call for service. Just because someone may not know all the details of the investigation doesn't mean that it was not done. So I want to make sure everyone is very clear on that we can respond to every call.
I'd like to say one more thing in light of Ryan's there. We've had, got the alarm system down at Rec Park and stuff like that. Since we've had that in, we've had zero vandalism, but we did have to play around with some of the timing with automatic door locks. So people would open it at certain times before 11 o'clock and it would automatically send me an alarm, and Ryan's officer was there every time. So I would like to thank the PD for helping me out with that. So
We've had zero vandalism.
zero vandalism numbers.
That's pretty neat.
That's huge.
Yeah, pretty costly.
Covered a lot of what I've been doing with the dangerous buildings and everything. We've already talked about that. You all met Stoney last week or 2 weeks ago when he came in. He's hit the ground running. He's doing really good. We actually have some very positive feedback. Doing a lot of stuff face to face, relying on a computer generated letter to send out. But we've had success already in that 2 weeks. So I think he made a good choice. He's doing great work. And Georgia's Georgia. She was able to take me out last week. That's a part-time help to help her out. She's doing good.
All right.
Working on getting the cabling for the before phase 2 starts of the City Hall building. And there's some moving pieces in there, working on that. Hopefully have Wi-Fi in the animal shelter building done by the end of this week.
I didn't know they didn't have. Oh, they have internet, just not Wi-Fi.
Correct. So we just got to get it put in. I should have that done tomorrow.
So we're gonna be hardwired up here, is that what you're saying at City Hall though?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yeah, the City Hall.
Secure that way.
It's a replacement of the wiring that's currently there.
It's Cat 5 that's there now. We're
Yeah.
gonna upgrade to Cat 6 while we got the walls
Yep.
down.
And-
Take advantage of
And
it.
they won't redo the phone lines. They don't run phone lines, so it's 2 Cat 6.
Right.
And that future proofs the building for the faster connectivity.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Just want to introduce Carrie again. She's a training. I will be out on the first meeting in October, and so Carrie will be taking over from me that time. So we're just getting her used to what's going on. I will note that the next meeting would normally be on the 15th, but that is during the MML conference. So we will have that meeting the following Monday on September 22nd will be our next meeting.
Okay.
I think that's all I have.
Mr.
Me too.
Good.
The Cameron Main Street and Cameron Area Arts Council are working on the 10th annual Cameron Area Arts Festival, and it will be October 11th downtown.
You said Main Street and who?
Main Street and the Cameron Area Arts Council. They're working together.
When's March?
The 18th.
Pleasure.
That's always.
You know me, I don't like to talk, so go ahead.
That's it?
That's all I got. You want me to talk? They don't want.
Well, I don't have anything either. Thanks for coming tonight. I will entertain a motion to go into executive meeting on,
Attorney-client communications and personnel.
So moved. Second.
okay.
Roll call. Becky Curtis?
Yes.
Gina Reed Miller?
Yes.
John Regerner?
Yes.
John Biker? John Biker?
Yes, said yes.
And Mark Foster.